sir. What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, 1.
On the troll.
Yes, hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night. We obviously are gathered here to deliver, as usual, what we need to deliver. If there are news, then you definitely get the updates and some of our opinion. Our 2 cents there always to give you the complete picture of the story. Right. Press the like button. We're just going to start with KUNENE. And he's president of Patriotic Alliance. Ken is denying that he paid that money.
Yes.
But let us let you be the judge of what you really think happened. It's not it's not in our hands, but it's in your hand. Let us just play it for you. But before we do that, Emily, greet our people.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us yet again for another live stream where we get to unpack, deliberate. I don't know what you want to call it, but we are here. So guys, let's hear from the horse's mouth. Remember Friday, we covered the news that were breaking out that KUNENE had paid 400,000 rands bail for KT Katiso Molefe, who has just been released after his bail application. He appealed after he was denied bail at the Alexandra Magistrates Court, and then he went back to the High Court in Johannesburg for an appeal, and he got granted the appeal, and 400,000 bail was what was required of him. And news came out on Friday. They were trending the whole day that KUNENE had paid that 400,000 rands bail for KT Molefe. But today, his president, the president of the Patriotic Alliance, asked him on a recording. I don't know whether it was a live stream or what, but we got a clip where he was asking him whether he did do that, and this was his response.
Why are you paying bail for people? What is the guy's name? KT Molefe. I don't know him, but why are you paying bail of almost 400,000 for KT Molefe? We want to know. I must ask you, why did you pay bail for him, if you indeed did pay bail?
Now, Press, if I paid the bail, why wouldn't you know? Because, in fact, you are the one that sent me a message that Molefe just got bail.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
You sent me a WhatsApp and said, I see Molefe just got bail.
Yes, I remember. I saw on social media.
How could I have paid bail if I was informed by you that you got bail? And I said, what?
Yes, I remember. That
was my response to you. So how could I have paid bail if you were the one who actually...
Oh, yeah, I never thought about it that way.
Because you are always on social media. I'm not always on social media. So you are the one that informed me.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Are they sounding believable to you? I'm not asking you, Emil. I'm just asking people who are watching. I don't know. Like the emphasis of, I don't know the guy from Gating, keeps on saying it. Why do you need to keep on saying it?
This whole thing is just very interesting. And I'm going to leave it at that. You guys be the judge. You'll tell us in the comments what you think. Do you believe him or not? Is it believable or not? I don't know.
It's not ours to say what we think. Because I heard that he gave the EFF guy 48 hours to retract.
Oh, he was on him on Friday. He was releasing a lot of things. Now, Tambo. So yes, on Friday, icon. He wasn't letting him breathe. So I'm quite surprised when he says Gaten is the one always on social media. But yet I always see KUNENE's posts and stuff. Does he have somebody running his social media for him? Is she trying to tell us that he's not on social media?
I don't know. But he's just telling us a lot of things that at this point in time I have no comments.
Okay. Let's move on in life. Paul O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
He's decided to counter sue MKHWANAZI because MKHWANAZI, remember, had sued him for defamation of character. So now he's doubling that money that MKHWANAZI has put in his lawsuit, which was 5 million. Paul O'Sullivan has taken it to 10 million, and that's what he's asking for. He's accusing MKHWANAZI of instigating violence against him. Let's go through the article. It came from Sunday World. They're saying forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan fears for his life after receiving threats following what he describes as KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla MKHWANAZI's incitement of violence against him. The sleuth has now formally asked the Madlanga Commission to protect him. He's asking the Madlanga Commission for protection. This urgent plea was made in official email correspondence to the Commission Secretary, submitted alongside a Demne dossier of allegations. The communication dated October 10, that would be on Friday, reveals the depth of O'Sullivan's apprehension. In one email he writes, and I quote, "Due to the threats against me and the violence that Lieutenant General MKHWANAZI has publicly incited against me, I would request that we have an urgent discussion to take steps to prevent an attempt at my murder." End quote. This plea to the commission is intrinsically linked to the escalating public feud between the investigator and the police boss. The situation escalated legally just hours after O'Sullivan's email was sent. His lawyers then launched a formal counter-offensive demanding 10 million rands in damages from the provincial police leader for reportedly instigating the violence against their client. The counterclaim doubles the value of MKHWANAZI's ongoing defamation lawsuit against their client. O'Sullivan's legal team, led by Ulrich Roo, has demanded that MKHWANAZI retract his statement and issue an apology within 2 business days. Failing which, the counterclaim for the damages will continue. I have a ask. Did he respond to the demands that MKHWANAZI made in his claims?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember anything of that nature.
They would have been published, right? I think so. The papers would have given us that update. O'Sullivan accuses MKHWANAZI of making false and defamatory statements at the Madlanga Commission and a parliamentary ad hoc committee. The most incendiary statement, according to this letter, came during the parliamentary ad hoc committee on October 8th, when MKHWANAZI reportedly said, "It is time that this country must not sit back and be run by Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. And if the government fails to act on it, the men and women in this country are going to take it upon themselves to do something drastic about it." End quote. According to Paul O'Sullivan, that is a threat that instigates violence against him.
I was just watching his video from the judgment that was made, I think, in 2017, where he said we'll make him and Afro Forum will make sure that this country is run at the I don't know whether clean or something, but I'll check it. It's along those lines.
Maybe can we, or we'll play the clip later. Ne? I have sent, I think I've sent something there on the phone, but we'll play them later. It's very interesting what we've uncovered concerning this thing. But let me just finish this article. And also, people are saying online, it is not I, it is the people. Okay, they are saying that Mr. Polly likes to threaten as well. There's this intimidation language talk that he uses quite often, you know, and he has done it before with other people in the past. And even that channel where he likes to get interviews a lot, we've heard him use words like, I had to write them down so that it doesn't, I also don't I also don't catch me in a predicament. We cannot afford to misquote what people are saying, okay? So yes, there are some comments that he has made before in the past, you know, when he said, I'm trying to get the exact words that he said. Okay? Okay. I'm struggling to see. It's too dark in here. I can't see. So I will get back to it. But there are words that he would use and phrases that he uses that are just like, oh, ooh, I'm kind of scared. All right. So this is what he has a problem with, that MKHWANAZI at that ad hoc committee was saying it is time that this country must not sit back and be run by Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. And if the government fails to act on it, the men and women in this country are going to take it upon themselves to do something drastic about it. Is that instigating violence against him?
No, it doesn't sound like it.
O'Sullivan's attorneys argued that this statement constitutes an incitement to violence, pointing out that it has already led to threats against their client. So they are saying that because of what MKHWANAZI said, their client only now is getting threats.
How are they going to prove that? Is there anyone who went on Twitter or said the minions that he called them minions, his MKHWANAZI's minions? Have they went on Twitter and said, because of what MKHWANAZI said, I'm saying 1, 2, 3?
I haven't seen anything of that sort so far.
It's taking what people are saying on Twitter, their opinion, which is independent of what MKHWANAZI said, and it's saying is attributed to what MKHWANAZI said.
Yes, these are some of the words that he used on that podcast. He said, someone who said he wanted to see both MKHWANAZI and Masemola going down. Do you remember those words? Immediately after MKHWANAZI went on the 6th of July and did that press conference, he did a follow-up of interviews. And these words, these were some of the words that he was using. He cannot wait. He wanted to see both MKHWANAZI and Masemola go down. Okay.
He has said words such as, you put yourself in my radar.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, they are those words. But, I mean, what people are saying, I don't think at this point in time he's got a prima facie case when it comes to proving that this is because of what MKHWANAZI said.
Let's continue to hear what the lawyers are saying. And they are saying that and if the government, O'Sullivan's attorneys argued that this statement constitutes an incitement to violence, pointing out that it has already led to threats against their client. These intentional false allegations were unsubstantiated by any evidence whatsoever, the letter stated. Let's go back to the statement. Sometimes I don't understand English properly. This is what MKHWANAZI said. It is time that this country must not sit back and be run by Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. And if the government fails to act on it, the men and women in this country are going to take it upon themselves to do something drastic about it. We have a situation of Tom, who brought up Paul O'Sullivan at the Zondo Commission. Is it Tom Moyani? He brought him up at the Zondo Commission, right?
Yeah.
And then he was saying that, accusing him of things, right? That sounded, or made it sound like he is, one would say, a person who, is it safe to say an extortionist? Alleged extortionist.
Yeah.
So you can now see other people are popping up. We've seen even with your Johan Erasmus. We've seen even with the Temi Taylor guy. I forgot his name. They are all singing the same thing. And also Mukotedi, Prince Mukotedi, who was the head of the Hawks. He did an actual investigation on Paul. He said he investigated him. So I don't know. I really don't understand where we are headed. O'Sullivan accuses MKHWANAZI of making false and defamatory statements. At court, he's going to have to prove whether those statements about him are false and defamatory. The onus is on him to prove that, right? And the most incendiary statements, according to his letter, came during the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee on October 8th, when MKHWANAZI reportedly said, okay, why do I keep reading the same thing? I went back, why? And the feud between O'Sullivan and MKHWANAZI began last month, when MKHWANAZI filed the 5 million rand defamation lawsuit. O'Sullivan in the Johannesburg High Court, MKHWANAZI claimed that the investigator had made wrongful and defamatory statements about him in the media interviews between July and August. These statements included accusations of corruption, being part of a police hit squad, and misusing state funds. Listen to those, accusations.
I see what you are reading and I get what you are reading. But the point of today, I just wanted to ask that, is this not common? I was listening to Paul O'Sullivan's interview on that Biz something channel.
Biz.
What is it
News.
called?
Is
Biz
it
News.
Biz News, yes.
Just, I think it's 2 hours, 3 hours now. It's an hour interview. If you listen to him properly,
Okay.
he mentioned the things that we have seen on the streets of what we call whistleblowers. I mean, in any case, he also calls himself now whistleblower.
He's now a whistleblower.
It sounds common though. She is talking about the general that was Nkwane,
Oh, Nkwane.
that was promoted,
Yes.
who's still wet behind the ears. She's talking about the intelligence. He is talking about the intelligence, like the order of how those things are actually following each other. It's a cut and paste for me that you would get from what you have perceived as, what do you call them? Whistleblower? What?
Whistleblowers.
The other name that you use, whistleblower, influencers. It's a cut and paste. I'm telling you, if you go and listen to that interview, you will realize that this is not the first time I'm hearing this thing. And the promises of fighting against crime, like the words are similar, how they are used, it is similar. Like, to me, it does not make sense. How can people who who probably are not connected can think alike
Or sing
to
the
this
same song.
point and sing the same song.
To the T.
To the T. To the T. That's what I was waiting for. Just listening to what he's coming up with. So new. I've heard it several times, almost every day.
It has been drained into
Yes.
our brain
Yes.
so much that it's almost like we have to care more about the illegal appointment than care
As they
threat,
term it, yes, as
the
they term
threat
it.
on crime intelligence. So we should be concerned about this employment of one person that HR needs to deal with. We must now shift our focus to that instead of focusing on the fact that crime intelligence is at risk of being taken over.
And then on the very same interview, he goes on to mention Fidel pressing
Fidel
the charges.
Adams.
Yes.
Okay.
He goes on to mention Fidel pressing the charges also and all that.
We heard about
And
that. MKHWANAZI testified
yes,
about it.
I'm trying now to put a spider web of who's who in the zoo, in my opinion. Like, you can almost see what hole fits what, in my opinion. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Unless, of course, these things, they probably are talked about behind the scenes. That people can speak similar things like this.
Okay.
And can fight similar teams to the T, can make similar mistakes. You talk about the bag, the Louis Vuitton bags and whatnot. It's not new. Someone somewhere has mentioned it of Masemula and MKHWANAZI, and it did not stick, if you ask me. And then they let it go. To this point, then MKHWANAZI does not have something that people can actually say, this is what we can hold on to. Hence, MKHWANAZI's accusation have died down. The ones that still remain now and then, Gi Khumalo and Masemula,
Yes.
they keep on accusing those ones now and then. It surprises me. Then you tell me that you are an independent person who's just doing what they're doing. And you're doing it out of
Information
love.
from sources.
You just get
But
information
it looks
from
like
sources.
you and Paul have the same sources.
Maybe.
It's looking like
It does look like that. I'm trying to find a way of not, but it does look like that. And then, here's another common thing. We have General Sbia and we have Chief of Staff.
Mr. Nkabinde.
We have now, through that interview and the news that are writing left and right, Paul, they are all feeling threatened.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
All of them, they're feeling threatened. They fear for their lives. I'm trying to wow. Just looking at the tree, it just doesn't make sense, some of these things. But yes, things do happen. Sometimes we do investigate same thing and then we find same answers and then we write about them. But if you ask me, it's like I do my investigation and I send a mail and say, publish this. And then you publish it. And if it fails, then I come out and I say, that's my thinking. That's my logic of the other way in which people can have similar things. So, I don't know. So we're gonna have this investigation, and also Paul said he wrote to the ad hoc committee. He wants to go there, right?
Madlanga Commission.
Madlanga Commission. Oh, common, very common. They do right. Right?
Yes, writing is something they're very good at.
They want to go there. They write. They are not invited most of the time. They present themselves.
Yes. Yes. MKHWANAZI stated that the legal action was initiated after O'Sullivan reportedly refused to retract his allegations and apologize. However, before O'Sullivan could file his plea, MKHWANAZI allegedly made a series of public statements that O'Sullivan's legal team claims were defamatory and damaging. On September 19th, during the Madlanga Commission, MKHWANAZI alleged that O'Sullivan was under investigation for unspecified crimes in KwaZulu-Natal. So how is it defamatory if he's under investigation? Is that a defamatory statement to say that you are investigating someone as a police officer?
No.
Your client falsely, and I quote from the lawyer, they're saying your client falsely alleged that our client has committed some or other unspecified crimes that he has picked up and that your client has registered a case. The letter stated. O'Sullivan's attorneys categorically deny these claims, asserting that their client has not committed any crimes. Okay, so the accusations escalated further when MKHWANAZI made additional claims before the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee, including that O'Sullivan could be an agent working for someone else or perhaps another government.
Could be. That's
He's
the word.
got 3 passports is the information I found out.
He's saying, actually, according to that interview, he's got 4.
4 passports. We do know he was not born in South Africa because he said that he's Irish or something like that. He's from Europe.
Very interested in what is currently happening. He has been, in fact, hands-on in terms of most of the affairs of South Africa, in terms of your crimes and whatnot, investigating, forensic.
That the operations of the Independent Police Investigative Directorate were planned, coordinated and executed at O'Sullivan's residence, and that O'Sullivan has got control all over and is effectively running the country. Yes, MKHWANAZI did sentiment to that there were meetings that were happening at Paul McBride, the then IPID head, and Paul O'Sullivan was there planning and coordinating and even executing some of these cases that were from IPID at Paul O'Sullivan's house.
Yeah.
So we will see whether there is evidence or not. Yes. So that is something I remember MKHWANAZI sharing at the ad hoc committee, and it actually also sounded very scary when he said that he's got control all over and is effectively running the country. It sounded very scary. So O'Sullivan's attorneys have dismissed these statements. They're saying that they are false and defamatory, emphasizing that their client's income is derived from legitimate business activities, including
but where
property
is the income
investment.
in what was submitted?
Submitted where?
By MKHWANAZI. That is effectively running the country, could be effectively running the country. Where is the income? How does running the country equate to income?
Oh, I don't know. Now that you're asking, I didn't connect running the country. You could run the country and not get paid for it. Right? You can.
You can.
Maybe you get, rewarded some other way if there is rewards to running a country secretly. We don't know. So O'Sullivan's attorneys have dismissed these statements as false and defamatory, emphasizing that their client's income is
You
derived
see
from
why they
legitimate business
assume
activities.
they are defamatory, these statements?
Yes.
It's because they included that income.
Oh,
In my opinion.
brought up the income.
Once you say, if MKHWANAZI said is effectively running the country and making money out of that, then now you can claim what you are claiming.
Oh, including property investments. That's what Paul is said to be making his income from, and that he has no involvement in police operations. I have a question.
Yeah.
If he has no involvement in police operations, what instigated the slander after the July 6th conference that MKHWANAZI had made, and the only person that was mentioned to have been affiliated with criminals, or the only two people that are in powerful positions that were accused by MKHWANAZI in the press conference of being affiliated to some criminality, were the Minister Senzo Mchunu and General Sbiya. Paul came out of nowhere. I don't know how he got involved in defending and coming out and attacking MKHWANAZI. I don't know how that happened. It doesn't make sense to me. And if he has no involvement in police operations, how did that happen? Is a question I have.
There are things that when you look at them at a distance and you are not involved as us, we are public opinion, some of these things, they look like a counter-attack. That's why I've been hammering on this thing of whistleblowers and whatnot. It comes as a counter-attack more than exposing. It's like you're counter-attacking the things that are happening.
Yes.
I was laughing because there is a wild card, Emily, that we were discussing about, as to say, what if then they go for this MKHWANA that they've been investigating, and then they find that this is just a person who's used as a decoy for intelligence purposes? What would they do?
I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. It won't matter. I think it won't matter. So far, what I've seen, the reaction from people who are convinced of what they are convinced with, there's nothing you can do to change their minds. They are unwilling, stubborn in what they believe.
It's okay.
So,
you can believe what you want to believe, but what this proves is that intelligence is not accountable mostly to you. Intelligence does what is right for the country.
Yes.
That's what intelligence does.
Yes.
And it reports to those that needs to be reported. It's very unfortunate if that report then gets to be leaked by the trusted people of intelligence, and they need to account. In any country, if you do that, you would need to account.
You know what's even more interesting? The intelligence accounts get audited by the Auditor General. They are kept confidential. Classified for obvious reasons. The Auditor General has not went out there and said crime intelligence is abusing state funds.
No. But there are people who have done their own assessment and said this is an abuse of funds.
Nowhere else in the world have we ever seen this. It's only in South Africa where the intelligence has to show their balance sheets
and show their ways of dealing with the crimes.
Nowhere else in the world do you see people from outside of intelligence want to conduct how people that are inside intelligence do their work. and people are not worried about this. We're not saying they are saints or
No.
they are perfect.
Like
or
in any
whatever.
country, they are not perfect. Even
But
in
show me a
some way.
person who has ever dared to release confidential information from the CIA.
Yeah, let's continue.
This is something else. So the letter warned that the public nature of MKHWANAZI's statements has amplified their impact, with major media outlets such as the SABC News, Cape Town's, EWN, and IOL reporting on the allegations. Headlines like MKHWANAZI calls for parliamentary probe into Paul O'Sullivan and MKHWANAZI drops another Mchunu bombshell have... Okay, Mchunu, ungenaphi.
I feel like it's pointless reading what you're reading. I'm sorry, but it doesn't have much value.
I nami ngiyaboreka. Oh, ungenaphi on these court papers. I thought it was about Mr. Paul. I find myself going all over. Now I have to think about Mkunu's bombshell. What is Mkunu bombshell doing here? I don't even know what Mkunu bombshell this one is. Okay, let me quickly finish it up. O'Sullivan's legal team argued that the widespread media coverage has compounded the harm to their client's reputation. The false and defamatory statements about their client were made with the intention of harming their client's good name and reputation and his dignity. O'Sullivan said that the allegations have not only tarnished his reputation but also jeopardized his business and personal safety. O'Sullivan's attorney claims that the incitement of violence towards him has already resulted in real-world consequences, including members of the public making threats against him. As of today, MKHWANAZI has a limited time to respond to O'Sullivan's demands. Failure to retract his statements and issue an apology by the deadline will likely escalate the matter to court, where a detailed scrutiny of his allegations and counterclaims will take place. To court it is, allegedly. There's a very interesting clip, Mr. Anonymous, about... I don't know whether we should play it. Is it fine if we play Prince Mukoteti?
Sure, from Tiguma's...
From Moya podcast.
Yeah.
But I think we should play it in voice because I didn't put it in the drive.
Did you download it too?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't download it.
So where am I going to play it in voice?
There's a clip of it there on the phone. Let me get it.
Okay. It's on Twitter, right?
No, it's on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the first one.
Yeah, play the first one. The first one that went through. I think it's written, General Prince Mukotedi, former Gauteng Hawks head on Paul O'Sullivan. He captured the Scorpions, allegedly. But Prince Mukotedi was the former Gauteng Hawks. And he speaks about how he did an extensive investigation on Paul O'Sullivan. He said he investigated spirituality, investigated everything.
But then whilst I was there, we really pretty much picked up a lot of things around Paul O'Sullivan. And one was that Paul has, by and large, had captured the Scorpions already at the time. And one of those was that he had, the Scorpions was using his jet to conduct investigation. So there was one instance where they paid him 150,000 rands for using his jet. So then fast forward, then I came to the Hawks. A few weeks after getting to the Hawks, there was an investigation around Paul O'Sullivan. But then what I then did, I asked the dockets to be brought to me because they were being dealt with by a task team that was set up at head office, that is head office of the Hawks. I was the provincial head of the Hawks, Gauteng provincial head. So I brought in the dockets because for consolidation and just to make sure that we don't, run over ourselves in terms of the investigation. So, and the one that came out in the public space was really the one where he was misusing his passports. At the time, he had 3 passports: the Irish passport, he had the British passport, and the South African passport. He was using all 3 at the same time. So we took him to court for immigration transgressions. But then as we're engaging Paul O'Sullivan on that particular matter, a lot more people came forward to report their cases. Extortion, kidnapping, you name them. Now, the Paul O'Sullivan's modus operandi was simple. He put himself out there as a fixer. So if you're in trouble with the law, like Rodov and Kreitzer and them, they would approach Paul O'Sullivan to say, I have this kind of a problem, can you fix it for me? Paul would then fix it for them. But what he would also then do in that space, he would also then extort the people that, have assigned him to do the work, or people whom he was investigating. So for instance, if A has an issue with B, Paul is hired by A to solve the problem with B. Then he goes to B and says, if you don't pay me, A is going to get to you. And then he goes to B, B pays him, and then he goes back to A and says, you must pay me more because B has paid me. And that's what he was doing with people like Moti and all of those. If you remember, while he was fighting Moti, and then they reconciled. He was friends with Rodov and Kreitzer, and then they fought. So that's how he basically operated. I profiled him because we had a number of cases against Paul. I profiled him psychologically, financially, spiritually, and otherwise. And two quick things that I can say about Paul is that he's quite a highly intelligent guy. I've interviewed him a number of times. He sits with you, he tells you dates, names, places, whatever, for 4 hours without looking at a paper. So he's highly intelligent, but he's also highly spiritual. So if you fight Paul, you must be a highly spiritual person. He had dabbled in spiritual stuff and so on. So it's also highly spiritual. So you need to understand. That is why if you look at his pattern, when he engages people, he will threaten them. He'll say, game on. He will. The phrases that he uses are the phrases that the Church of Scientology will use. And he's a high priest in that space. So he's not a God broke in terms of spiritual matters. So and that was my advice to Patlani at the time, and say, Patlani, if you have to engage with this person, you must pray, you must go to them, whatever you do. And all the other people, I said, look, if you have to go Palazza, do that when Paul O'Sullivan is after you. So I'm giving you that sense that you're not dealing with an ordinary person here. But also, he's not just an investigator. He's a serious property mogul. He owns half of St. Helena Islands, for instance. If you Google and say St. Helena, Paul O'Sullivan, you'll see that he owns a lot of stuff there. I think by last check, there's more than 250 companies under his name. And in terms of intelligence, now I'm talking security intelligence. Paul cut his teeth in the military intelligence 6, MI6, basically, of Great Britain. He was an agent there. They posted him all over the world, including the UN police. Paul served in the Rhodesian police in the 1970s. He served in around, I think not Greece, but the other island closer to Greece there. He served there. So he really served in that. But now he's tasking in the main by MI6, CIA, and FBI is for him to neutralize any elements that are promoting any elements that are promoting terrorism. So he's actually a specialist in that sense. So when he comes into this country, his interest is not corruption issues. Really, that's a diversion. Paul's major interest is to make sure that the interest of Great Britain, the interest of the West, CIA, and so on are served. And for them, it is to neutralize any cell that is promoting or that is seen to be promoting Islamic tendencies and all of those kind of things. And that is why he was chasing General Munu in the SAPS. You'll recall that at some point we charged Paul for espionage because one of our agents in crime intelligence stole tapes and gave them to Paul O'Sullivan. Paul then forwarded those tapes to FBI, CIA, and so on. So you're not dealing with a court book here. Let me stop here, and then you can ask me questions, and your participants, we can engage. Otherwise, I can go on.
I think what a lot of us are wondering is how come he hasn't been arrested or anything, and how come he is a law unto himself, and just, is it because of his money and power and his connections?
But we have arrested him. We have arrested him, Nsigi. I can count 7 times that we arrested him, and what he actually then did was he went to court. He went to Gauteng High Court and got an order there. The order that says for any police agency to arrest Paul O'Sullivan, they must give Paul O'Sullivan 48 hours. So he has that court order. So you can't just go and arrest him. He has that kind of court order. You'll recall that when I think it was Patlani's unit, when they arrested him, that arrest was dismissed at court, and he was freed because the 48-hour rule on Paul O'Sullivan was not served. So he was arrested. If you also recall that in December, I think December 2017 or so, I opened a case of conspiracy to murder. They wanted to assassinate me. They met at Rodovens Scratcher's house. At that time, it was Paul, Sibia, and Robert McBride. So that case was opened. We had a witness. We put that witness under witness protection for about 2 years. After I was removed from the Hawks, the case fell through, basically. That witness is now out there, and
Wow. So we all...
Yes.
Speechless.
That's you get more of this from that channel of Moyo on Sigima Zoya's channel. Do watch that channel.
The entire interview and that channel in a whole, it's a good channel.
It's a good channel. So we give shout out to good channel also. This is a good channel. So I'm sure Nsigi is also surprised too. But yeah, let me just give you the gist of that 45-hour rule. 48-hour rule or notice. What the order was is that on November 2016,
yes,
Deputy, and I want to read this so slow so that you understand. Deputy Judge President Audrey Ledwaba.
Aye. Isn't that the one who's at Pretoria High Court, or was, because now he got a promotion? Was it Pretoria?
Deputy Judge President. Who's Deputy Judge President?
He's now a Deputy Judge President.
Yes. Of the North
Gauteng
High Court. Yes. Granted that order. Agreed between the prosecutor and O'Sullivan's legal team that if the police wish to arrest O'Sullivan, they must give him 48-hour notice to present himself as at a designated police station. The order began in any matter the respondents undertaken to afford the applicant O'Sullivan 48 hours notice to present himself at a designated police station. Then why was this the case? Why that order was made? Its purpose.
Why?
It was to actually, it was protective measure to prevent a surprise or a sting arrest, which could interfere with his ability to prepare and respond. It was meant to safeguard due process rights. Now, normally on a normal case, while you prepare, you are arrested. Your lawyer is preparing for you and everything else. But here, he's given time to prepare and respond. This is a very special situation, a very special person, and a very special ruling from Ledwaba. I don't know who has it other than maybe the president might have it. I don't know.
What year is this? When
this is 2016, November. It was meant to safeguard the due process rights and prevent possible abuse of power by the police. Tell that to Rata, that police sometimes abuse power. He probably would not believe you. Here is the ruling given to this man of Paul O'Sullivan. The order covered any matter indicating broad application to arrest of O'Sullivan under different charges. Now, later, as they were talking about the case where he was released and the matter was actually struck off the roll, it was in 2017. O'Sullivan was arrested around 2017.
Yes.
His legal team in High Court asserted that his arrest breached Ledwaba's order because the police did not comply with the 48-hour notice condition. The judge, which at the time the judge who was ruling was Francis Lehodi, confirmed that the original order remains valid and ordered the police to comply. So therefore, what happened is that the matter was struck off the roll. It never see a day or a light.
So he's immune to arrest. They'll never get arrested at this rate. I'm sorry. Now I see why. All the police officers that have investigated him, all they can do is talk. And there are people who are asking, why are there no arrests? Why can't you arrest these people? I don't think they can arrest them, hey? This order, 48 hours. Wow. Do you know the only citizen that cannot be arrested is the president? And then now we're hearing any president, I'm not just talking about specifically this one, any head of state, you can't arrest the head of state, right? We all know that. And now Mr. Paul has this order of 48 hours. Be given time to prepare to be arrested or not, because anything can happen. With this case in 2017, as they were arresting him, he did not disclose the court order. He disclosed it in the court, and then the matter got dismissed. So yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot, you guys. Where have I been in the last couple of years? I'm only finding out about Paul this year. I'm like, where have I been? All this years. I wasn't paying attention to this police stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just speechless.
There, then you go. You have
I
it.
feel so defeated. There's nothing that can be done at this point.
And
Let
all
them
this
go
news
with the defamation
are
cases
available
to
to public platforms, and anything that we might have alleged to, it is alleged.
Everything is alleged, by the way. We are alleging all of these things. This information we're getting off the internet, okay? It's readily available for everyone to see. And yeah, it's been wow.
Adumle dziko buwa ngamanda.
Hayi zikho buya ngampela. I'm so
Ziko buya ngamanda. Kunjalo indaba. Basically, please press the like button. Please press the like button. I know people are still surprised. Surprise. This is South Africa. And a lot of things are possible, just that you didn't know it is possible to actually have that kind of ruling. I would definitely like to have it. Like, we are about to arrest you. All of us
would like to have such a ruling.
You've got 48 hours to do something about it, even respond. I would be so happy to have such time, because that would give me any time. I'm sure even Bushira would have liked to have it. In any case, he got it. But yeah, that's basically how things are.
With JP Ledwaba, the bail of Katie Molefe, the appeal, with his first case, the one he got arrested for first of murder of a man Swart. He grants Katiso Katie Molefe bail of 100,000 rands.
Is he the one who denied Ntanzi's bail?
He denied Ntanzi's bail. The conditions were something like transportation. It doesn't have an address in Gauteng. Permanent address. While he was not arrested in Gauteng. He was arrested where? In Rustenburg.
Ledwabs. Press the like button. Guys, Emily, anything to say before we shut it down? Thank you, Lindy Obembe.
I have no words. I'm just shocked. I just need to absorb everything I've just heard. I just need to make sense of it. Everything in my head is like I'm finding so many things that I didn't know even existed in South Africa.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Lindy Obembe. God bless you. Tosis Langa, thank you for pushing for press like buttons. Guys, press the like button. Press the like button. I even have a tongue twister. Sibanda Skatele, thank you. Siabonga. Lindy, thank you. Ndanzilea, thank you. Pinky Ndlovu, thank you. Paulina, our member, thank you. Vena, Oti, hi Vena. Mlambo Design, thank you. Siabonga. Kiurapezi Koza, thank you. Kurapezi. Kurapezi, does it mean Gutandazele?
Yes.
Okay. It sounds like Giagtandaza.
Kurapezi. I think it means I prayed for you.
Yeah, I know. Sort of.
Sounds like I pray you.
Yes, yes.
I don't think it means
Smangele Mnisi, thank you very much. Asbone. Muzwak Radebe, thank you. Sebong. Kakul. Sfiso Sindane, our member, thank you. Mlilo. Thank you, Murilo. Thank you. Songelo Ndlovu, thank you, Sebong. Po, thank you. Siyabonga. I guess born with Obana Basalam. Raul Mtrobel, thank you very much. Sbongile Mlangene, thank you. Zlungile Shusha, thank you very much. Chief Mkonto, thank you. Siyabonga, Chief. Yeah. Gatuso. Siyabonga Gatuso. Temba Kumete, siyabonga we Kumete. Sibonga kakhulu. Sizwe 18, thank you very much. Lindy Obembe, thank you again. Tsepo Makena, sorry. Tsepo Makena, thank you. Siyabonga. Yeah. Ishinjalo indaba. Bongani Biela ndaba ezitha, siyabonga. Crash, sibonga kuwe Crash, uthi kubi on a serious note. Khawukhalelwe Thomas Didao, siyabonga. Malachi Johannes, thank you. Yeah, injalo indawo South Africa. La, every day you learn a new thing. It's like a library. You are learning. Bongi, like, hey, thank you. Didn't know there was ever such judgment in this world. But here we are here.
Kusamele ngidigest bengazi.
Lucky Kubega. Atige Lucky Kubega. Thank you, family. Thank you, Lucky Kubega. Siyabonga kakhulu. Press the like button, guys. Thank you until tomorrow. Right.
Bye, guys.